Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to watching me challenge myself to post a new video every single day till the end of January. I'm back to my little balcony, narrow and long balcony here in Cambodia, and I'm just settling in. It's around the same time I recorded yesterday, and same place, same time. And so sunset is about to start happening, and I'm just set myself up here. The funny thing that happened, full transparency, is I have a little love seat in the room. I can't fit it in this narrow place, and so when I set up the camera, I was wondering, oh, how did I sit here yesterday? I sat and I'm sitting on my little suitcase, my luggage. So this is very, very scrappy and very, very real and funny. If you could see the setup in front of me, I'm getting it done. I don't want to say I'm proud of myself yet, but I'm proud of myself. I've wanted to clip every day since I started, but I'm still here. So today I want to talk about Bali. As you may or may not know, I spent nearly about a month in Bali. Between December and January, I just left Bali, and now I'm in Cambodia, continuing my sabbatical, traveling around the world. I've made my way to Southeast Asia, as you can see, but I started in North America really and made my way all around. I'm gonna talk about where I've been, but today I just feel like pontificating a little bit about Bali, kind of like expectations versus reality. In some ways Bali was not what I expected it to be, and in other ways it was more than I expected it to be. So I kind of just want to talk about some of my experiences. I don't think I fully process my experiences. Before I put on this camera, I haven't even read everything I journaled while I was in Bali, as I was taking it all in, but I still feel like I want to just talk about what's at the top of my head, what I experienced and what it all felt like versus what I expected. I remember some of my first impressions when I arrived in Bali. I started in Canggu. My villa was really in Pererinan, I think that's what it's called, but it's so close to Canggu, or where it is pretty much Canggu, that I was in Canggu every day. And so when I was there trying to, on my very first day, I noticed that it felt like a melting pot. There was foreigners everywhere. And I was like, interesting, okay, I guess. And I remember I was walking down, first day, walking down and trying to find brunch, and some guy on a scooter or the motorbike slowed down behind me, and I was thinking, oh, why is this person slowing down? Apparently admiring my hair, and he said, nice braids, and then drove off. I was like, oh, thank you, thank you. That felt like my first welcome. I was like, oh, how sweet. How so vocal. And that is kind of the energy that I got in Bali. I'm gonna talk more about that, but I remember another thing I noticed was the humidity there. I was visiting, and this was December, January, which is the rainy season. The humidity felt like you could almost cut it with a knife, like it was thick. And I've been in warm weather and warm climates for about almost two and a half months now in Southeast Asia. But here in Bali particularly, I was feeling like, oh my gosh, it is humid and densely humid in some sense. And I remember, or being here in December, January means rainy season. Everywhere online I was wondering, oh my god, this is probably the worst time to come to Bali. No, come to Bali. The rains in Bali, I think that's one of the things. The rains in Bali, sometimes the calendar will show you rain all day. It's not really raining all day. Maybe it's raining in one part of the island, but not everywhere. And the rains are very rapid, very brief, not too heavy, Like it's a quick pour. I find the locals actually look forward to the rain. One day I went into a cafe and I asked to sit by a fan. I do that everywhere, by a fan, and the local was like, really, or did I say really hot today or so? I don't know which of us said it, really hot today, right? After I asked to sit by the fan. And then the local said, yeah, it hasn't rained in a day or two now. So they actually look forward to the rain to like break up the heat, which is very interesting. So the rain is a very, very chill thing here. It's not, it's a quick pour. I have my umbrella, and I loved the rain there. The rainy season, I would say it doesn't last long. It's typically a pour, 5 minutes, it's gone. Or maybe I just got really lucky, but I'm just saying, if you want to come in December, January, it worked out perfect. It did not destroy anything for me, the rains. And so I remember being in Canggu where I started, and I was kind of a little bit, okay, so first impressions is some of the things I've shared. I was like, okay, interesting. And then I started to like notice it's Bali, of course, that I started to fall in love with. Bali feels like it was designed for someone like me. I love coffee shops. It's like ridiculous. Ever since like 9 years or 10 years ago, I would find myself there when I was studying, working full-time and studying part-time for my CPA. That's when I fell in love with a coffee shop. It's just my thing. And whether I'm working towards something or not, every now and then I just go to a coffee shop to just chill. Like, it's just my place. So there's coffee shops everywhere, there is good food everywhere, there's massage places, there's yoga studios, Pilates studios, different kinds of boxing if you want to get into, of course gyms, paddle. Like, there is so many things asking for you to like work on yourself, to like do self-care and self-maintenance. And that I really, really love, the wellness and self-care access. The people are also really, really kind. I find in Bali, I felt like, this is gonna sound really crazy, but I felt like Cinderella sometimes walking down the street. Like, people just say, the locals, I mean, just say hello to you, hello. Admittedly, some of them are saying hello to get your attention so you can look at the things that they're selling. There's that's about half the time they say hello. But then there's another half that people just say hello to you because you're walking by. And sometimes I'm in my thoughts, I'm going serious, and someone says hello and I'm like, hi. Like, it pulls me out of me, my world, and I really, really came to appreciate it. I'm like, oh my goodness, these people actually just say hello as you walk by. Something again that I noticed, first thoughts on Bali, was I noticed the locals were always asking me, where are you from, where are you staying, how long are you staying? And I'm a solo female black traveler. Well, the black doesn't have anything, but I'm a solo female traveler who has been traveling for over 5 months now, and I'm trying to keep myself safe. So when I started to notice they're always asking me, where are you from, at first it's a mix of two things. Once again, when I noticed that when they ask where are you from, when I'm about to buy something, they most likely want to price it according to where you're from. I think that's the best way I can say. So in those cases, I try not to answer or I try to make a joke about being from there, or like how I need to learn Bahasa, so I'll be part of the, or I say, like, it depends. Sometimes so I just noticed that them asking me those questions was bugging me. And then I took some time to reflect on why that is. Ooh, the light, I'm losing, I've pretty much lost light. Why that is because they speak English and they're good people. In all the other places that I was visiting, they don't necessarily speak as much English as widely as they do here, and so they're trying to serve you and to do what you're there for, not necessarily to have conversations. And here they were open to having conversations, which is just an a hospitality thing, especially in the cases where they weren't trying to sell me anything. They were just asking, and I was like, am I safe? Why do these people want to know all this about me? But they were just being hospitable. I am kind of feeling the pressure to wrap up this video here because of the lighting, but I wanted to talk about the food. I wanted to talk about how Bali, I met the most people traveling in Bali. I probably met like 10 great people, more than 10 great people traveling in Bali. I wanted to talk about the places I met these people, how I met these people, where these people were from, how cool these people, like, people are just more open in Bali. I don't know what it is. And I'm talking about, yes, locals. I met a couple locals that I really connected with, but I'm talking mostly about travelers like myself. Everyone is just more open, more happy to be there, living life. I also wanted to, okay, maybe I'll do maybe I'll do a part 2 because I am losing light majorly. But basically, I want to say the Bali that you probably, okay, let me speak for myself. The Bali that I was thinking of when I was thinking about Bali and that I was seeing on social media was mainly Ubud. Oh my god, I also wanted to I gotta do a part 2 of this because Bali part 2 coming soon. Okay, I'll wrap this up because there's a lot I still want to share. It was an exciting place for sure, and I want to take my time to do it. I'm kind of conscious about the fact that I'm losing light, and if this light was not on, it would have been way horrible. So basically, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna chat some more about Bali. If you have any specific questions, this is your opportunity to ask so that I can actually include it in my part 2 video about all my impressions about Bali, expectations, reality, what you can expect. And I will be back with another video tomorrow. Like this video if you like this. That's the only way I would know. That's the only way the algorithm will know. And follow me to see how I do if I make it to the end of this challenge of posting a video every single day till the end of January. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.